Show continues. Big B Show continues live from the Loft 100 studios here in beautiful Southern California. Hope you guys are having a great day. We are. Right there, Day Trader Trio, bringing it like they do every episode. Love them. Back here at the bar, Costa, Maribor Godwin, and Sully.
There we go. All right, Corey Perlman, our social media keynote speaker, expert, and of course, purveyor of impact social media, joins us today. I keep on wondering, as I'm looking at my own usage of social media, which dwindles because it's 3 minutes before I fall asleep, and it's usually, as I said, Instacart.
Yeah.
But is Facebook still a thing?
Facebook? Oh yeah.
Do you think?
A little bit. I use it for different reasons, but I'm mostly on Instagram.
Corey, is Facebook a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing. It's found its way back to being more of a thing today than it even was a year ago. So
Really?
yeah, it's still a thing.
Are the Facebook ads still the same? Still relevant?
Oh, you use ads like you do content now. So it's kind of one and the same, and you can put like a link on top of your content. So I would say that they're more converged as opposed to be separate anymore.
Okay.
What's the so I'm assuming that it's coming down to LinkedIn and Instacart, as you always like to say. But is LinkedIn? I mean, it's so funny. I don't use LinkedIn at all.
Yeah.
I think we have a profile there that has not been updated in years and years.
Yeah. Well, this is a question: is it more for individuals rather than businesses? Because it feels like people, like me as a marketing director, I can post something about our studio, and it will reach more people than the business page for the studio. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, the short answer is I always tell people that LinkedIn is better as an individual than a business, for sure. And unfortunately, my breaking news for all of you is that LinkedIn is following suit to the other social media platforms. So you guys remember when LinkedIn would recommend people in your area and you'd actually be connected to people you know. Now it's going from a network first platform to an interest first platform, meaning that you're going to be seeing more content from people that you don't know that it thinks you're interested in.
Oh, great.
Well, kind of. I mean, I do remember getting I don't know what you call it, requests. I don't think it's friend requests, but follow requests from people that I've known in my life, but they're not remotely in my industry. And I would connect with them, but I think, why am I connected with this person on LinkedIn? So what you're saying is actually probably more beneficial, because if I'm in the space of production and events and I want to promote this space for production, then I want to talk to other event planners and other people in that space, right?
Correct. And you're going to start seeing more information about that topic as opposed to seeing random things from people you connected to.
So at the end of the day, I thought LinkedIn particularly was meant for, careers, job finding,
Networking,
that type of thing. Is it changed into something different?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been changing for the last few years into a great business networking platform, not just for job recruiting, but actually I have found over the last 15 years of doing this that more business gets done on LinkedIn, especially from B2B, than any other platform. So I see it a lot more than job, searching and things of that nature.
Can you screen? Like if you're using it to find networking type of things and you don't know somebody, can you screen, like say I'm looking for a peer space, for example. I'm looking for a place to rent out. I'm looking for an XYZ. In terms
like a search engine type?
Right, it's like a search engine, because otherwise
would you put that on your feed and say, hey, do any of my friends and followers know of a location
Cast a wide net.
in this area that could be our space for an event?
You certainly can, but I would look at LinkedIn, especially today, as more of a topic-based thing. So, for example, we have a client who's all about trust. And so when you type in anything regarding that topic, he wants to come up. And you said the event space, if Mary, you were creating content around that, then you'd be the industry expert around that. And that's the type of content that people are going to be finding on LinkedIn.
Corey, I use it a lot for just to hunt for interesting guests for actually this show type of thing. But most of my successes have been through LinkedIn instant messaging. That's why I pay for that premium. And I've had more hits just saying, hey, so might cost the blah, 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 so would you want, yeah, absolutely type of thing, instead of hitting them right on their page saying, hey, this is me, do you want to come on the show? Instant message has been great for me.
So let me just share real quickly. You just made up the perfect example. So if you were looking for, say, a sales expert, it's not going to be somebody in your network or area moving forward. It's going to be somebody who's speaking about sales that you have either interacted with or one of your peers has interacted with. So if it were me and I wanted to be the one that you found, I got to talk about sales more consistently on LinkedIn. That's going to be the game moving forward.
Gotcha.
It's kind of the thing where, let's say I'm going to go back to this example of the event space, where I wouldn't necessarily be talking about our space all the time. I would want to, is it, like those old listicles that would say, top 10 things you need to do before an event. And I become the expert in events, and I'm posting about different things regarding events. And then I'm going to populate more in other people's feeds.
Correct. And you interacting with other people in that space also works in your favor as well.
Got it.
To me, what's interesting, what you just said, is you have to have it topic-based.
Correct.
So expound on that for a minute so I can understand what that means, because obviously topics are driven by what's going on live and local and nationally and live in terms of news, but is that the same thing in terms of social news?
Well, I think about it more as your expertise. So your expertise, as many things as includes presenting, so that would be one of your levels of expertise. Radio, things of that nature, things that would be within your competency or your expertise is what I would talk about on LinkedIn for anyone listening out there.
And so in other words, and don't get me wrong here, because I'm not completely behind the eight ball on this, but are people posting like they're posting on Instagram, where they're actually putting out, hey, by the way, look at this type thing? Because I had no idea that was happening.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So LinkedIn serves very similar as an Instagram and Facebook in terms of the conversation that's happening, but it's a little bit more B2B. So I liken it, you've heard me say this phrase before, Sully, be yourself at work. So still be Sully, but you'd be doing a little bit more B2B, you'd be talking a little bit more expertise, things of that nature, as opposed to showing pictures of you on vacation and things of that nature.
And what about sharing other people in your space's content? Does that help? Because that gives that sense of I'm playing nice in the sandbox, or does sharing other people's content look down upon on the algorithm? Sharing
is not as good as commenting on other people's stuff. So LinkedIn looks at you kind of duplicating their content by sharing it, but you engaging the conversation on somebody else's content is a win for you and the person that created the post.
So, Corey, real quickly, you got about 30 seconds left. If you were consulting a brand, so to speak, would you be focusing on Instagram, or you're focusing on LinkedIn, or does it depend on the type of brand?
Tough question. It has to do with the brand, but those are my two favorite platforms, Sully. So for me, it's always both. LinkedIn and Instagram are the two best out there right now.
Good stuff, Corey. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Corey Perlman, social media keynote speaker. He's owner of Impact Social Media Incorporated as well. All right, keep it right here. Much more to come with this here Big Biz Show. Do not go anywhere.